What the heck happened to the bullish sentiment that was presenting itself overnight? What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with TechBud Solutions, and I got smoked pretty bad today, or not super bad, but very quickly because I bought the dip as markets sold off, wanting to go long, and markets kept on dipping. During the overnight hours, again, all we saw yesterday were the higher highs, overnight hours, higher highs. All of a sudden, during the pre-market session, we began to retrace, broke support, really began to gap down, and that's where the selling pressure really kicked in. If you think the NASDAQ market's doing bad, the semiconductor space is doing a lot worse. SKHY, which is the South Korean memory chip company, down pretty bad. Same thing with SanDisk, down 12%. I unfortunately bought the dip on MU and the dip kept on dipping. So I ended up having to cut losses on it, but I then went long when it found its support and recovered, took profits, then opened up a small short right now. And I'm still down $1,600 on the day. So wanted to show that with you, to you guys. I do not plan to carry that short any much longer really. As it approaches previous support levels, I'll probably close the short and I want to go long. I think that Micron, when you look at the larger or bigger picture, it has a common support range right around $800 to $900 per share. And then obviously all that upside, it's just sentiment really began to change. So be very careful with this, as right now we are seeing a lot of consolidation. So hopefully that can play in our favor for the bulls. Believe it or not, $320 billion was added to the market when President Trump said that Iran wants to make a deal. I don't even know what to tell you. It's literally a joke. Like this continuous back and forth. What are we at now? 15 weeks of this back and forth between the U.S. and Iran. I don't understand how Iran would want to make a deal when the U.S. is just nonstop attacking them. But again, we'll see. We'll see if it actually turns into that. But again, markets only care about what Trump says. And if there's optimism that there could be a deal, markets would rally, right? So I just wanted to let you guys know. Again, he shared this on Truth Social. The second thing is the PPI report came out today. That is inflation on the producing side of things. Expectation was 6.2%. We came in at 5.5%, lower than what was expected. This is good. Now, will this continue in the month of July? We'll see, because if more attacks happen and oil prices continue to creep up higher, then inflation is likely to creep up higher as well. Also, PayPal received an offer today from Stripe for a buyout of $53 billion. In response to that buyout, PayPal reacted in a positive way, at one point being up over 20%. Now it's up 17%, but it looks like it's losing some of its momentum. So we'll see if that continues. Just wanted to make sure that you are aware. If, again, you were invested in PayPal, as it acted as a positive catalyst today. But again, that catalyst can normally end up fading the more time that you end up giving it. So again, something that we'll have to follow up with. And also something that I found to be pretty interesting is that China's economy records its weakest growth in over 3 years. So supposedly it's at levels that it once was back in 2020, something like that. We'll see how things continue to develop. As of right now, what is the biggest take? NASDAQ market is oversold, but it's looking weak, right? Normally, we tend to find a support right around 710 to 700 are the extreme oversold levels. We'll see what happens this time. Semiconductors are incredibly oversold based off of recent patterns, right? Looks like SanDisk is testing the same previous lows of 14 to 1500. If we break that support, then we can produce maybe another leg down. But again, these are some of the best performing assets of 2026. I mean, just a few days ago, they were skyrocketing back up to highs of nearly $2,000 for SanDisk. When it comes down to Micron, this thing was just yesterday, just a few hours ago, really, at $1,000 per share. Now it's back down to 900. So again, be careful. Watch that position size, understand oversold and overbought levels, and when in doubt, never be afraid to cash out. Our LPP team did very good today, just because they respected the trend of the market. And that's something that I'm very proud of, that they are able to acknowledge. I wanted to play it safe and was like, hey, I kind of missed the sell-off. I wanted to take advantage of the dip buy opportunity, and I bought the dip just a little too early. Fortunately, I didn't buy it with too much size. So that's the one thing that played in my favor, that it's just easier to recover from when you're not down as much because your position size was just a lot smaller. So that's something that I'm very excited to follow up with. But again, as of right now, what we're paying attention to is, again, is this semiconductor sector going to continue to get hit very hard? If so, let's stay patient at these oversold levels. What's going on in the Middle East? Is there actually a deal that's going to present itself? And if so, that can prop up markets higher, and oil prices are likely to drop if that does actually get confirmed. I'll do my part in keeping you guys up to date. And again, like I said, my LPP team, they get to watch me trade live every day. Whenever you're ready to tune on in, it's the second link in the description down below. You can use promo code YouTube at checkout and you'll get a really nice discount. And remember, it's a one-time payment for lifetime access. We have members that signed up back in 2018 that still get to watch me trade live today. Appreciate your time. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team, and happy Wednesday.